Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dear Tree and I'll be your guide. Today we're going to talk about farming. Farming is, it's very tedious, but later on it can be very lucrative. You can make a lot of money with it. Well, not a lot of money, but decent. You know, it's small things like that that add up to your total overall income of the day, which is what you want to start striving for after your progression through the season servers and after you've graduated. I mean, even before you graduate, you can start working on money making stuff. It's just that it's a little bit easier to do once you've graduated because you have the tools that you can use to make it faster. And I'll go over that later on in like a gathering video. But for right now, we're going to, I'm in Velia right now, and we're going to pick up our fence. So we're at Zyra, whatever her name is. She is across from Igor. And we're just going to talk to her. And she has a strong fence for 10 contribution points. And we're going to pick it up. We're renting it. So now we're going to take, hang on a second. Is the peddler here? The peddler's here. Let's see if he's got anything. Did I already do the weekly? Yeah, it hasn't reset yet. Okay. For me. It hasn't reset for me. And yes, Meowie is on my lap. My fairy has to do a photo bomb. So now that we got our fence, we are going to head to Heidel. And we're going to install the fence right outside of Heidel. Now you're thinking, why Heidel instead of Velia? Well, you can do Velia. There's a spot above Velia where a lot of people farm. So you're going to have a lot of people in your spot if you do it there. I like Heidel because it has more moisture than Velia. At least I found that it has more moisture than Velia. So like the water limits, or the water levels, not the limits, the levels, are good for just about any crop that you want to grow. So here's a good spot to put down a farm, about right here. But what I recommend doing instead of right here, because a lot of people do it right here too, instead of doing it here, I would do it back here a little bit. Yeah, right here. So like this little entryway here. You put down the farm right about here. So let me hop off and find it in my inventory. You just fence. There it is. Okay, so we right click it, and anywhere where the blue circle is where we can place the farm down. So I'm going to place the farm right here. We left click it, and then we confirm with either space or we click the confirm button. Takes a second to put it down. Okay, it's not letting me because it's saying we're in a safe zone. So I'm just going to move a little farther up and do it again. So I'm gonna put it about right here. Alright, so the fence is down. It's kind of smallish to see, so you really have to kind of remember where you put it. But if you don't remember, that's okay too, because up at the top right or left up here, you can right click and it'll locate your garden for you. Alright, so you never have to worry about, oh my god, where did I put it? It's kind of around here somewhere. And you can't see the fence because of the shrubs or whatever. Just right click your garden up top and it'll put you here. So now we got the garden down. Let's go into place mode so that I can kind of like show you what it looks like. So right now we don't have anything to put down, but let's look at some basic information here. So this is obtaining feed and seeds and stuff, and this is the temperature. See what it says down here? The right temperature makes crops and livestock grow faster. Humidity. It affects the chances of blight damaging crops and livestock during growth. So we don't want a lot of humidity. Groundwater. Affects the water level required for growing the crops and livestock. Water deposit increases when water is given. Sufficient deposit recovers moisture and inefficient deposit depletes it. Moisture. The water level required for crops and livestock. The yield from crops and livestock will decrease when this level reaches 0. So what I was saying like earlier about how there's more moisture in Heidel than Velia, this is a good thing. Health. The health of the crop and livestock. Crops and livestock lose health when attacked by birds. As health worsens, growth time will increase. Now, there's not a lot of birds where we're at right now in like this little foresty area because the trees are like covering the farm and it's like protecting the farm. And then this is management information, just kind of going over what's going on, like what you can install, what you need to do, like pruning, killing pests, managing feed, killing parasites. And then this is where you harvest it. So you harvest the crop or you breed the crop. And breeding, how do I explain? So breeding is like you'll press F5, you'll breed the crop, and what'll happen is you'll get seeds back. You'll get more seeds back. So let's get out of here and let's go ahead and purchase some seeds. We are going to get some special seeds because special seeds are the fastest way to get magical seeds, and you want to put down magical seeds. So what do we want? What do we want? Let's do sunflowers. So special sunflower. There's no seeds in stock. Okay, so let's do onions. Let's see if that's up. Special onions. None up. Okay, let's do special and we'll go from there. Special wheat seed. Special sweet potato. Here we go. Oh, special strawberry seeds. Let's do strawberries. So, oh, I need to put money in my warehouse. So let's do 200 mil. So I'm going to buy 50. I'm going to buy 100 for right now. And then I'm going to put everything that I can in here. Okay, so now I'm going to take out 10 because there's 10 slots. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back to the farm. So here you can kind of place them wherever you want. This is just how I place my my crops. There's no special way to do it. There's no rhyme or reason. Just put them down however you want to put them down. And then I stick the last two on each of the sides. And that's kind of how I have my crops. Okay. Now we've got special crops over here. What is this? So this is telling you what's going on for each crop that you select. So, or it's telling us the whole crop for the whole farm. Remember temperature. Temperature is important, right? Makes crops and livestock grow faster. The temperature is pretty decent right here, right? Like, it's pretty good. Humidity is really low, which is what we want. Groundwater is a little low too, but that's okay. It's got really good moisture down here. You see how it has 100% moisture? Your bird, the birds. You don't get the birds very often here on Heidel, but it wanted to prove me wrong and give me birds. So there's the birds. But now we exit place mode, and what you can do is you can put a worker on the garden. And I think I have, okay, so this one needs to be pruned, but if you left click on the garden, it'll pull up this little window here with garden information. Now the garden information has shows you all the crops, what percentage of growth they're at, and what needs to be done on them, if they need to be pruned or if there's parasites on them. It lets you know what's going on. Now it says scheduled removal time 13 days 23 hours. That's if you don't do anything at all with the farm. So if you are constantly here, you're pruning, like you're doing everything yourself, you don't have a worker on the farm, it will, like, it'll just refresh. It'll just constantly refresh. You don't have to worry about the farm being removed because you're working on the farm. But I think that I have a worker here somewhere. Yeah, right here. This guy. He's kind of boo-boo, but you know, he's gonna work on the farm. So we're gonna have him work on the farm, and he's gonna come and he's gonna prune this special strawberry. You can do it yourself, which will absolutely help you increase your farming experience. However, I have found that you gain the most experience when you're harvesting and when you're breeding. So you can come out here and you can prune and you can kill the parasites and get the twigs and all that other stuff, But I don't want to say that I recommend you that you don't, because like I said, it's still going to give you XP. So if that's something that you want to do and you have like nothing else to do, you just want to sit around on your farm all day, then do that. But like most people have other things that they need or want to do other than just sit here and be like waiting for the crop. Like checking each individual crop, waiting to see if it needs to be pruned. Like this one needs to be pruned, so I'm gonna prune it. Let's see how much XP we get. Let's watch the farm. So we got beginner 4. That's also because of the XP boost that's going on. You have to take that into account, okay? But like I said, you get the most XP when you're harvesting and breeding. And that's it. What I recommend that you do is on the garden, you see how they're all at 1%? Wait until they're at 200%. 200% before you harvest and breed. I say this because you get the most out of the crop at 200%. Okay? So if you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. If you want to kind of look up stuff yourself, press F1. Top left, put in farming. Click the little search bar icon and go to farming here in the search results. And this will tell you and teach you everything that you need to know about farming. Basically what I just told you today. And it will kind of give you more, it'll give you a little bit more detailed information going over stuff versus what I did. But I gave you kind of the rundown. So you can, and oh my goodness, the fertilizer and making distilled water and making distilleries on your farm, like this little waterway here. First of all, it takes up space. Okay, so you kind of want to just be aware of that. But here it shows like the magical seeds. That's kind of our goal, is to do the magical seeds. This guy's got so many farms going on. But you see how this one has special citron for farming. It's at 200%. Again, that's where we want it to be. So that's where we get the most out of our farming. But yeah, go over this document if you want to. This is harvesting right here on the left. And then this is an example of breeding on the right. You'll get these leaves as well. These are like little byproducts. And you can turn them into NPCs for farming XP and contribution points. You can also get byproduct fertilizer, special pepper seeds, or stonetail fodder for 20 as well. I recommend the contribution points and the farming XP personally over the other stuff, but you know, that's up to you. You know, that's whatever your goal is what you should go for. And then this finishes going over taking down the fence, and it goes over mysterious seeds and stuff like that. Very useful, very helpful. Here it's talking about mastery for farming. And then the old moon fence. The old moon fence is super great, but you can't get it until you're master farmer, which takes a very long time to do. So I hope this guide was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to go over them as soon as I possibly can. And take care.